It was the night of December 19, 1979, just 6 days before Christmas, and the air in Cedar Rapids, Iowa was thick with the quiet anticipation of the holiday season. For 18-year-old Michelle Martinko, a bright, popular high school senior with dreams of college and a future in interior design, the evening was supposed to be a simple trip to the Westdale Mall to pick up a new winter coat. She drove her family's beige 1972 Buick Electra 225, a large, distinctive car, into the parking lot, unaware that this mundane errand would be her last journey. Remember to comment, like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss future episodes of the Calendar of Crime. Also coming soon to Michelle was a vibrant presence at Kennedy High School, a cheerleader and a member of the school choir, known for her infectious smile and kind nature. She had a date later that night, and the coat was a final festive preparation. She was last seen inside the mall around 9:30 p.m. as the hours passed and Michelle failed to return home. Her parents, Albert and Janet Martinko, grew increasingly worried. The snow began to fall, dusting the quiet streets, but the silence from their daughter was deafening. The grim discovery was made just after 4 a.m. the next morning. A mall employee spotted the Martinko family's Buick parked askew in the lot. Inside, slumped over the passenger seat, was Michelle. She had been brutally stabbed multiple times in the face, neck, and chest. The crime scene was horrific, a violent, frenzied attack that seemed to defy logic. There were no signs of sexual assault, and her purse, containing $40, was still in the car. This was not a robbery gone wrong. This was personal, or perhaps, a crime of opportunity driven by pure, unadulterated rage. The initial investigation was massive but frustrating. Police interviewed hundreds of people, friends, family, classmates, and mall employees, but the leads quickly dried up. The sheer number of cars and people at the mall that night made identifying a suspect nearly impossible. The only physical evidence of note was a small amount of blood found on Michelle's dress, which did not belong to her, and a partial palm print on the car. The case went cold, leaving a gaping wound in the community and a lifetime of unanswered questions for the Martinko family. For decades, the murder of Michelle Martinko became one of Iowa's most notorious cold cases, a haunting shadow cast over the city of Cedar Rapids. Every anniversary brought renewed media attention, but no real progress. Investigators periodically reviewed the files, hoping new technology or a fresh pair of eyes would reveal the killer. The case file grew thicker, filled with dead ends and the names of men who were ultimately cleared. The family endured the agonizing cycle of hope and disappointment, never giving up on the promise of justice. The true breakthrough came in the mid-2000s with the advent of advanced DNA technology. Investigators re-examined the blood found on Michelle's dress, which was determined to be the killer's. In 2006, a full DNA profile was successfully generated. This profile was uploaded to the National CODIS database, but it yielded no match. The killer was not in the system, and the case stalled once more, waiting for the next technological leap. That leap arrived in the form of forensic genetic genealogy in 2017. Investigators turned to this cutting-edge technique, which involves uploading the unknown DNA profile to public genealogy databases to find distant relatives of the suspect. Working with a genealogist, they painstakingly built a family tree, tracing the killer's lineage through shared DNA markers from unsuspecting relatives who had simply uploaded their genetic information for fun. The search narrowed, focusing on a specific branch of the family tree in the Cedar Rapids area. The trail led to 3 brothers, one of whom was Jerry Lynn Burns, a 64-year-old Manchester, Iowa resident who worked at a local business. Burns had been a young man living in the Cedar Rapids area in 1979, but he had never been a suspect in the original investigation. Police began discreet surveillance. In a brilliant piece of investigative work, they recovered a straw Burns had used at a local restaurant. The DNA from the straw was a perfect match for the blood found on Michelle Martinko's dress. On December 19, 2018, exactly 39 years to the day after Michelle was murdered, Jerry Burns was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. The news sent shockwaves through the community. The trial, held in 2020, relied heavily on the DNA evidence. The prosecution argued that Burns, a man with no apparent connection to Michelle, had likely encountered her at the mall and, for reasons unknown, followed her to her car and attacked her. The defense attempted to challenge the chain of custody for the DNA, but the evidence was overwhelming. After a tense trial, the jury found Jerry Burns guilty of first-degree murder. He was later sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, finally bringing a measure of closure to a case that had tormented a family and a city for nearly 4 decades. The case of Michelle Martinko stands as a powerful testament to the relentless dedication of cold case investigators and the transformative power of forensic genealogy in the pursuit of justice.